بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamualaikum everyone. How are you all? Hope you all are well. Welcome back again to your online classes. Students, this is the time for your language class. So take out your language book for this. We have our language book. Take it out. Today we are going to start a new topic, that is on page number 20. Open page number 20. Reflexive pronouns. We are going to start this one topic, reflexive pronouns. Before starting this, just tell me that what the pronouns are. Anyone of you knows about the pronouns that you have already done in your previous classes? Pronouns are the words that we use in place of nouns. For example, if you're talking about some person, means you're talking about a girl, a boy, or some plural subjects. So, whenever you're using the name of those person and instead of that you use some word, I, we, you, he, she, it and they. It is subdivided into first person, second person and third person. What does mean by that? It means first person are always those who are talking. Okay? The person who are talking are called as first person. Second person is the one whom you are talking. Okay? The person whom you are talking to is your second person. And who is third person? About whom we are talking. About one, the two of them are talking is your third person. That is he, she, it and they. Okay, it may be a girl, it may be a boy, it may be some other person together. So we to whom we are talking are called as third person. That is all about the pronouns. These are the pronouns. Our topic is not pronoun, our topic is reflexive pronoun. From the name it is indicated that a reflection of something. What is mean by that, a reflection? Whenever you are going to write a sentence, what do you do? We write a simple sentence that I rang a bell, in which subject and object are, whenever you have different subject, I, who rang a bell? I, what he did, rang a bell. Bell is the object. Both of the things, the subject and object are different. Whenever the subject and object are same in a sentence, it is a condition. Whenever the subject and object are same in the sentence, then there is a need of a reflexive pronoun. And how you made a reflexive pronoun? First understand it, that how we made a reflexive pronoun. What are the changes of reflexive pronoun? Whenever you have first person, that is I and we, it is reflexive pronouns are the pronouns that any of the pronoun that refers back to the subject of the word. Okay, the subject are, these are the subject you always have in your sentence. It may be I, it may be we, it may be you, it may be he, she, it and they. You always have these sorts of subjects in your sentence, not other subject you have in your sentence except for these. So whenever you have such subjects in your sentence, how you made a reflexive pronoun? Whenever we add self, S-E-L-F, self, and S-E-L-V-E-S, self and self in our sentences, then it make our reflexive pronoun. How? Whenever we have I as a subject, we will change it into what? We will change it into my, because it is singular. For singular we use self, and for plurals we use selves. Okay, so I is singular, so for I what we use? My self. And what is the change of we? The change of we is R. O-U-R. R. Because it is a plural. So we are not allowed to use self, S-E-L-F, self in it. Now we use cells, okay? So add cells in it. What it becomes? Ourselves. Then you have a second person, you. You is dependable. Means sometimes you're talking to a single one or sometimes you're talking to more than one person. So it may be sometimes as I told you that when you're talking to a single one, when you're talking to a single person, then you use yourself for that. S-E-L-F, self, because you're talking to a singular person. So you will use self for it. And when you're talking to more than one person, then you have to add what? Yourselves. Okay? This is for plural and this is for singular. Okay? Then third person. Come to third person now. We have he, she, it and they. What are the changes of them? He is always going to change into him because it is singular. So what we use for singular? Self, S-E-L-F, self. Her, she is always going to change into her. Okay? So her and because it is singular, you will add self into it. It will become herself then. Now come to it. What it become? Itself. Now they, as we all know that they is, when we talk about more than one person, then we use subject they. What it will become? Self or selves? It will become, because it is plural, so it will become self. These are the changes of reflexive pronoun. Now, how you apply these changes into a sentence, now we are going to understand that. For this, I will give you some examples that will clear the concept more. Examples. Anas went to Lahore. I introduce dash to manager. Sarah bought dash a new dress. Now, first one. Anas went to Lahore because Anas is what? Anas is a male. So, we use what is the changes of male we have? Him. Okay? Anas went to Lahore himself. We add here a reply. What reflexive pronoun we are going to add here? Himself. As you can see here that what the subject we have here? Anas. The verb is, the subject is Anas. The verb is went. And we are going to add reflexive pronoun according to the subject. As the definition says that any of the pronoun that refers back to the subject of the word is called as reflexive pronoun. So it clarifies the definition that any of the pronoun that refers back to the subject. This one is your pronoun that is referring back to the subject. This, whatever the reflexive pronoun you're going to add into your sentence, it's always according to the subject you have in a sentence. Okay? If you have a male, you're going to add himself for it. And if you have, for example, in the second one sentence, you have I introduced dash to the manager. Now I. What is the changing of I? Look at here. I is in first person, and what is the change of I? The change of I is myself. So we are going to fill this blank as I told you that you have to fill the blank according to the subject. So here the subject is I. What are you going to fill here? You have to look at the changes of I. That is myself. So you have to fill this blank according to it and add myself into it. Okay. Then you have Sarah bought dash a new dress. Now look at the subject. The doer of an action is the subject, the one who performs an action. Who bought a dress? Sarah bought a dress. For Sarah bought dash. As I told you that you have to fill the, when you are allowed to fill a reflexive pronoun, you always have to fill it according to the subject. What is your subject? Sarah. Sarah is a female. What is the change for it? For a female, we have a change herself. Okay. So we are going to add here herself. Keep it always in your mind that whatever the subject you have, if it is singular, you have to add self into it. If you look into the examples, the subject, all the subjects I used are singulars. Anas is singular, I is singular, Sarah is singular. So all the subjects are singulars. That's why I add self for every reflexive pronoun. Okay. Now I will give you an example for a plural subject. Okay. The first one sentence is we dash saw a tiger fighting with an elephant. So here a subject is we. That is a plural one. So what are you going to add here? The change of, first of all look at the change of we. Here we have we. What is the change of we? It is our. Ourselves. Now you're not allowed to use self here. Going to add selves here. Selves. It will become ourselves because the subject is singular. Now, they dash made a plan of picnic. They, the subject is, first you have to identify the subject. Once you easily identify the subject, it will be easier for you to fill the reflexive pronoun according to the subject. As I told you that always add reflexive pronouns according to the subject because it is a reflection of a subject. Whatever the subject you have to fill your blank according to it. Okay. Here we have subject they. So what are you going to fill in the blank? That is, the change of they is themselves. Self or selves? It will be selves. S-E-L-V-E-S-L because the subject are plural. He made all the dishes by. He made all the dishes. Now the subject is he. What are you going to add here? Himself or self because the subject is singular. So we are going to add here self. Getting it, everyone? This is so easy to understand. If you identify the subject clearly, you can easily fill the blank. So that is all about reflexive pronoun we have in our book. Now come to the homework that you have to do in your copy. First you have to look at the homework folder. You have to complete the definition with examples. You can make your own example and it will be appreciated if you make your own examples in your own words. Then come to page number 24. On page number 24, you have an exercise. Students, you have to fill those blanks. You have to fill those blanks according with a reflexive pronoun. Fill those blanks with appropriate reflexive pronoun, and you have to do only 10 sentences in your copy. First 10 sentences in your copies, okay? I'm going to read out one or two for you, then you have to fill the rest of the one by your own. Uncle Podger always blamed others but never dashed for the mistakes he made. Here we are talking about Uncle Podger. Uncle Podger must be a man. So what we use for a male, we use he, a pronoun he for a male. So what is the change of he? Change of he is in reflexive pronoun. What is the change of he? It is him. What it will become then? Himself. Now next one, Dania. Dania liked the room dash but not the furniture in it. Now students, here we are talking about the room. So this must be filled according to the subject will be a room. Daniel liked the room itself. Whatever the room is, Daniel liked the room itself but not the furniture in it. The girl could not control dash. Here we are talking about the girl, and what are the changes of girl? I know that you can easily identify from this one lecture, and you have to fill the blank. The rest of the ones are the similar. You have to read out one by one and you have to fill those blanks according to the subject of it. Okay. Let me clear one more thing, that for animals we use a pronoun it. What pronoun we use for animal? We use it. And what are the changes of it? It is itself. Okay. The changes of it is itself. I hope that it will be easier for you to solve rest of the sentences easily. When you are going to solve this, you have to refer the lecture as well. Okay. That is all about today's lecture. If you have any queries related to this, you can WhatsApp us. Okay students, that is all about today. Allah Hafiz till our next class.